All right, welcome. And in this video, I am going to show you how you can scale your cold outreach with personalized videos at scale. And I'm going to show you how to record one video and create hundreds, even thousands of videos in a matter of minutes. And each of those videos are going to be highly personalized for the companies and the businesses you're reaching out to. By the end of this video, you'll be able to do exactly this, starting from A to Z. I'm not going to gatekeep or leave anything out of this video. And so make sure you watch this video all the way through. Specifically, this video contains minor details that are incredibly frustrating if you get them wrong. So I'm going to try to make this as short and as sweet as possible. I'm going to cover sort of the fundamentals so you understand it and you can adapt it to your strategy. But there are important details, so I disclaim that you please watch this all the way through. Now, this is a strategy that's incredibly powerful, and I hesitated to share it. Sort of like the Facebook ad library scraper, I hesitate to share this kind of content because it is very powerful and very effective. But I think it'll be useful to you. I got a lot of great feedback from the Facebook ad manager scraper, and this video complements that because in that video, if you haven't watched it yet, I'll put the video down in the description or maybe somewhere around here. But if you haven't watched that yet, I showed you exactly how you can go get contact information for people who are running ads on Facebook and on Instagram, like actively, real time. You can get their name, phone number, email address, and website. Now, what you do with that data is up to you. And this video is just for educational purposes. I am not encouraging you to use cold text messaging, cold emailing, cold DMs, none of that. I'm just going to show you what's possible. So what do I mean by personalized videos? Well, I'm going to show you. So if you take a look at my screen here, I have these 4 tabs up, and you noticed these are all the same videos, but the background in these videos are different. They belong to different companies. And if I just play the first few seconds of the video, hey, I noticed you were running ads and I wanted to make you a quick video. You see that. Hey, I noticed you were running ads and I wanted to make you a quick video. Hey, I noticed you were running ads and I wanted to make you a quick video. All the videos are the same, but the one difference is 90% of the screen is taken up by something that's very individualized to that company. It's meant to be an eye catcher. It's meant for them to open up that video. If you've been in digital marketing for any amount of time, or you've been solicited, I think I always appreciate when somebody shares their screen with me, even if it's just a screenshot sometimes, but definitely a Loom style screen recording video shows me that the person actually took their time, looked at my company, and reached out to me, and it just makes it more interesting and more engaging for me. And I think the same is true for the companies you're probably trying to sell to. So without further ado, I'm going to show you exactly how we got this done. Now, there are also some pretty cool features about the service I'm going to show you, but like you can also see when people are actually viewing it. You see it live, real time, who viewed it, when they viewed it, and you can sort of configure this page how you want. If you look, I scroll down here and I have my booking calendar here, but you can make it what you want. I am not a sales guru. I wish I was. I could be better at sales, but I'm good at the tech, so I'm going to show you how to do this. I'm going to focus on that. So first things first, let's go over some sort of fundamentals here. So as I mentioned here, this video builds off the Facebook ad library scraper video, but I encourage you watch it. I think it's incredibly valuable content, but even if you don't watch it, if you have any list, this will work with any list. If you have a list that has a website, a Facebook page, a Facebook ad library link, this will work. Essentially, you're replacing the background of a video automatically, programmatically, by importing a CSV with the data and then letting the program do its thing. Now, I already told you why we should do this, and I really love this because we record a video once, and I'm going to show you exactly how to record this video and give you some tips and tricks, show you how to edit it so that it looks good. And you record it once, and it's actually you. It's not like some AI-generated weird avatar on ḥěģěc. No knock on ḥěģěc. It's a great company. It has its utility, but ḥěģěc has like this weird, mouth movement where people just know it's not human. And so this isn't that. This is you. It's just your voice and what you're saying is generic, but you're focusing on making the personalization characteristics of the video a visual component, sort of that screen share that you're sharing in the background. What's cool is you can export and import this as a CSV, import it into your CRM or into like a cold email platform like Instantly. I'm going to actually show you how to do Instantly as an example, but if you're using Go High Level or I don't know, the million other outreach tools that are out there, this will work. Now, the video, as I mentioned, you have completely trackable landing pages where you can install your Facebook pixel, where you can install your booking calendar, have call to actions, program the headline, you name it. So what do we need to do first? The first thing we need is a sales pitch recording, and you are going to have to get on here and record a video. Now, I've pre-recorded one. I've already exported it, but I'm going to show you as if I just recorded it so you could see how I edit it. But the idea is you want the first 10 to 20 seconds, or however long you want this sales pitch to be you in full screen mode. So that means your camera, your talking head takes up the entire screen. Now, once you do that, keep in mind, you want to keep that portion generic. Actually, the whole video, you don't want to say any company names unless it's your own. Maybe you don't even want to mention any specific industries if you're targeting multiple industries with this same video, but you want to keep it generic because remember, the personalization characteristics are coming from the visual components that we're going to be programmatically replacing throughout this tutorial. What else? Let's see. I like to keep these informal, right? So like in this example that I'm about to show you, I was like sitting on my kitchen counter and recording this video, just making it seem like, hey, another day at the office or sitting around the house. I was browsing the ad library and I came across your company and I just took a second to make a video for you. You can choose to make it more professional. Again, I'm not a sales professional. I'm not here to optimize your sales process. I'm just here to show you a tactic. Next, you want to have a clear distinction in your mind. In this demonstration, I make it like visibly clear just for demonstration purposes. But for you, you want to have a clear transition to when you're going into your sales pitch. And because you want to be able to mark that point in time, and you're going to need that sort of timestamp in the video in where you transition from full screen to sort of Loom screen recordings. And this gets confusing, so that's why I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. So let's go ahead and edit the video. So I'm going to pull up the video here that I already had open, and hopefully it allows me to pull it up. Here it is. Okay. So we're going to watch this real quick. I kept it short. It's a 41-second video. I recommend you watch it. So I know it's long and your time is valuable, but watch it, and we're going to edit it together.
All right, so if you notice, I'm here in an informal setting, and this part of the video is intended to be full screen, meaning my head, the talking head portion, is going to take up the entire.
And I notice you may not be able to hear it, but you can see the script here.
It is generic enough, but seems sincere enough to be made specifically for that person. Now, at this point, right here, we will transition into a Loom style format where my head might be at the bottom left or the bottom right. You choose, and maybe at this point, I'm going through some sort of sales pitch. So I'll leave this right here so I can show you exactly how I edit this and how it will come out when we are automatically generating these videos.
Awesome. Now, I'm sorry if you can't hear this. I don't know if I turned on the system audio, but you can read this script here. And essentially what I'm saying in the script is, hey, this beginning portion of the video should be the talking head portion where my head is full screen. And then when you come down to this area right here, I actually clap to annotate the fact that this is the transition where I'm going into a screen share. Now, I recorded this using DeScript. I think this is an incredibly powerful video editor. I'm not a professional video editor, but if you record using OBS or Camtasia or something else, this can also be done there. Not sure if you can do it in Loom, but you get the point. Just find a video recorder / editor where you can separate the video, the camera feed, from the screen share feed. So here we go. At this clap point where I told you at 22 seconds, this timestamp is going to become important to us. But at 22 seconds, what I want to do is split the scene. And here in DeScript, I just do /, and that sort of creates these two scenes here. So in this beginning scene, these first 22 seconds, I want my head to take over the entirety of the screen. So what I'll do there is center myself, and at this point, my head is taken over. So if I play the video again at 22 seconds, it should roll over to the screen share. Boom, clap, moved over to the screen share. Now what I'm going to do here, just for stylistic purposes, I'm going to move my head to the bottom right. I'm going to turn it into a circle, and so it looks more like a Loom screen share video. Now, the reason I do that is because I've noticed that the application we're using actually does something similar. So it's not going to be perfect, but it's going to look as organic of a transition as possible. You could spend a bunch of time, editing this for effect, but I'm going to leave it up to you. So at this point, we have a 41-second video where the first 22 seconds is me full screen. And this is important because it's not actually going to look like this. Remember, the first portion of the video, I'm actually letting the program replace the background with the company's website or the ad library link or whatever have you. So first 22 seconds, full screen, and then after that, Loom style video. So keep that in mind. I already exported this, so I'm not going to bore you to death by exporting it and having it render live. Next thing we need to do is we are going to download our list. So I have a sample lead list here. This is actually the first 3 leads of the roofing Facebook ad library scraper demo that I did. This is just the first 3 leads. The way this system works is on a credit system, so I don't want to waste, 370 credits or however many pieces of contact information we got in that last video. So I'm just going to show you how we do it with 3. So all you're going to do here is you're going to export it as a CSV, comma separated values, and that downloaded. And the next thing we're going to do is we are going to hop into, I'm going to pull this over. We are using a program called RepliQ. Now, this isn't free, and it shouldn't be free. This is an incredibly valuable tactic and tool to use, but the pricing is very reasonable. So for $39, you can create 200 videos out of that one video that I created. You could see the different pricing models here. I think I'm on the 1,000 plan where it's $129. For me, this is money well spent. I'm going to use these videos in my cold DMs and my emails. So like $129 to land a client that's paying me $3,000 to set up, and $497 a month is well worth it. So that's the pricing. I'm going to go ahead and hop into the dashboard. Once you log in and you create a free account, I'm going to have a link in the description below where you can create a free account, and it actually comes with some free trial credits, so you can do this as you're watching this video or try it after this. And so if you see here, I have 1,000 credits, 149 of them left. And so what I'm going to do is just, I think when you first come into your dashboard, you end up at a screen that's just like this. And the service we're interested in, if you notice, you can do different things here. You can like personalize text based on, stuff like their website, their Facebook page. You can create a landing page. You can, generate images, and you can have templates. I'm not going to go into templates here. I actually use these templates, but here I'm just going to show you how you can do this sort of as a one-off job. So we're going to click on video here, and then here you have a bunch of different categories you can choose. You can see like you can overlay Google Maps, you can overlay LinkedIn profiles, websites, you name it. Websites is another powerful one that I use pretty often, but here we're going to use meta because we scraped the ads library and we're going to make the video about the ads library. So we will go ahead and click that. And now it's going to ask us to upload our video file here. So I'm going to go ahead and click here, and I have this personalized video that I already exported. And I uploaded it, so let's go ahead and click next. And then we're going to continue with only this video. We're not going to stitch multiple videos together. I find that it looks better if you just do it all in one video, sort of handle the editing like we just did before you import it. And then now it's asking us for our lead list. So we just downloaded our lead list. We are going to go ahead and drag and drop that. Let me grab it from another screen. And now this lead list has a few pieces of information. In this case, what we want is the ad library link. And in the Facebook scraper video, I didn't really show you how to get the ad library link, but I'll show you real quick. If you just look at this link here, notice that for the 3 leads, all the link is the same. The only thing that's different is this little ID at the end. So view all page ID is actually the page ID that's located up here. And so if you wanted to use something like ChatGPT to iterate through the list and just say, hey, at the end, add a new column that's ad library link, give it this link and fill in the blank for the the Facebook page ID, and then you will have a bunch of ad library links. And if I click these, if you want to see what I'm talking about, that's actually the Facebook page the ad library page for that company. So there we go. We imported it. Now all we need to do is tell RepliQ what it is we want to scrape. So you notice there's 2 links here. There's the Facebook URL, which is the Facebook page, and then there's the ad library link. Well, I want to scrape the ad library link because in my demo video, I'm talking about the ad library link. I'm targeting people who are running ads, so I want them to know that I know that they're running ads. But you definitely could do the Facebook page and it would look personalized as well. One important note right here, what you don't want to do here is name this. I think the conflicting column would be if you name this video link or like link, you'll run into some issues where when it comes time to export that list, they want to write to that specific column. So just if you use the same header column here like I did, you should be totally fine. So Facebook URL and ad library link. We're not actually going to use the Facebook URL here, so we can remove it. But let's go next. And then here it's asking for Facebook URLs. A little confusing, right? Because I named that column Facebook URLs, but I just told you we're not going to use it. What we want is the ad library link. we want RepliQ to go out to the ad library link and overlay that screen share in the first 22 seconds of our video. That's what we want them to see, not their Facebook page. And then we can use the company name. Whenever we scrape Facebook pages, I just leave this blank. I only select the ad library link because sometimes the name of the page doesn't necessarily match the name of the company. It just depends on how the company put it together. So we're going to go ahead and click next. It's going to tell us, hey, we've got 3 selected, which checks out. We had 3 in our lead list. One limitation to know here, RepliQ limits you to doing 200 at a time. So if you have 1,000 credits, you just have to break it up into 200 at a time. Not sure why that limitation exists, but it does. Not a big problem. You can work around it. So let's go ahead and submit. And at this point, it's processing the data. And now here's where you need to pay specific attention. So if you remember in our video, we had, let me see if I pull it over here so we can be looking at it. We had this first portion where our head was full screen, okay? We transitioned that at the 21.6 mark. So we're going to call it 22 seconds. We can round up. I'd rather you round up here. So at 22 seconds, we transition. So that becomes important. 22, remember it. So here's what we want to do. It says after how many seconds? 22 seconds. We want to transition, and you would be inclined to think that you would want to transition to small bubble, but we don't because we're already at small bubble. It's taking that full screen portion that we recorded, attention to detail, and overlaying the ad library behind you, and it's already at small bubble. So what you want to do is after 22 seconds, overlay to full screen. Now, why do we want to do that? Because full screen actually looks like a Loom screen share. So at that point, it's going to expand your screen share, and your face is going to be at the bubble. That's why editing this before it goes in here is very important. That is like foot stomp. You might mess it up once. You'll never mess it up again. Don't make the mistake of running this for your first time on a lead list that's 200 credits long, and you waste all your credits without testing. Test this first, make sure you get the result you want, and then move on. So after 22 seconds, we're going to go full screen. And what I'm going to say is there's a few other things here. I'm going to leave most of this blank, but the video position is important. So if you notice in our edited video, I'm going to bring that back up, we had our camera in the bottom right. So what I want to do is whenever it overlays the ad library link, I also want to look like it's at the bottom right. So like the transition is minimized because I don't want like the camera moving from one side to another. It's not going to be perfectly positioned because I didn't spend a whole lot of time editing it correctly, but at least it's not going to be like the camera's bouncing around all over the place. Video shape circle. So in our example here, we made the video shape a circle, so we can leave it a circle. And then intro, so this is all like what you want out of your landing page. This is sort of some of the things that you can put in there. If you had your calendar URL, like I did, I showed you I had an embedded calendar in mine, that would show in there. A call to action button, if you wanted that to go to like maybe like send me an email list or send me a text or whatever, you could put that in there. And then what the link actually goes to. You can change some colors and stuff here. And then display tab. You can turn that on and off. That's sort of to show the browser tab, like these tabs up here in Chrome. Dark mode, you can have the landing page by default in dark mode or in light mode. It's up to you. And then display moving or static mouse. Now this is a neat little trick for you to tell if somebody sent you one of these is, and while you're recording, it's a tip. So if you have the mouse moving, and you're recording the first 22 seconds of your video and your hands are like up here, you're like talking with your hands and the mouse is moving, well, nobody's probably going to notice it. But if somebody pays close enough attention, they realize, wait a minute, like this isn't actually the guy sharing his screen. So if you want to record, have your hand on your mouse and maybe you're like looking up and down at the screen, so it makes it look more organic, or you can just turn this off so that there's no mouse. And I don't think anybody's going to notice, but they could. If you wanted to upload your logo, you probably could and should, because if not, I believe the RepliQ logo will show up, but I'm not going to upload my logo here. We're just going to go ahead and start video creation. Now this is going to upload all the files, and it's actually going to spin up resources in the cloud. It's what your credits are paying for. We're going to spend 3 credits here, and what I'm going to do is I will come here. If you go to the queue, you'll see the status of sort of the processing. So let's see. Not sure if it automatically redirects you, But here it is. So that's your job. It's in queue. It'll go through some different statuses of like in process, almost done, and complete. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video here. It takes a minute or two. Obviously, if you have more, it'll take a little longer, but I've never seen this take any longer than like 5 or 10 minutes for 200 videos to get created. So I'm going to pause it here. All right, so we're back. Like a minute or two has elapsed, and you see that our job here is complete. So what we're going to go here is go into the previewer by clicking this button, and we have 3 different videos. If we just click and look at the thumbnail for all 3 videos, it looks like our video actually worked. If I pop into our lead list here and I pop open the ad library links for all these companies, you'll see we already looked at the first one, Cougar Heating and Air, but we got Right Now Heating and Air and Conditioning. So if we go to the second one, it looks like, or that was the third one. And then we have what? Pruitt. So we actually created 3 separate videos from one video. I believe that's the definition of scale. So we'll go ahead and close this out. We'll go ahead and play one of these videos. And I know, I'm sorry if you can't hear the audio, but the audio here is not really important. What's important is that, you know, we transitioned at the 22-second mark. And so let's go and play it. So if you see, I'm going to go ahead and mute it, so just in case it is playing. But if you see, we're over here, and our face is overlaid in sort of a loom screen share style at the bottom right, like we selected, over the ad library link. And it's going to do that for 22 seconds. We're at 14 seconds now. I'm going to let the video run, and at the 22-second mark, you should see me clap, and then a transition is going to happen to the sales pitch. Boom. Now it's the sales pitch. So that is going to happen for every single one of these videos. Now, if you notice that the transition wasn't necessarily perfect, but it was smooth enough to be believable, right? If you notice here, I actually have in the recording, the first tab, I have the ad library wide open. You can have that open too or not, but it's incredibly powerful. And the same thing happens for this one. So if we come over here, we play this and we skip to the 22-second mark, we have Pruitt's company behind us. And at 22 seconds, bam, it's going to switch over into our pitch. So this right here is incredibly powerful. Now, what can we do with this data? We have all 3 videos created. If you notice here, if you click on integration, there's a huge list of external platforms that RepliQ integrates with. And they use the term integration pretty loosely. Essentially, they're just giving you instructions for most of these companies to create, like, let's say, cold email outreach. It just shows you how the data would go in there. And I'm going to show you how to use Instantly. So I like using Instantly for cold email outreach. And if you think for a second how powerful this can be, we can go to the Facebook ad library. We can scrape the Facebook ad library. We can get thousands of contacts of people who are extremely targeted. People, let's say you're targeting people running Facebook ads because you wanted to sell them AI services. Well, that's the list that we just curated. And let's say we have thousands of them. We can just create thousands of videos using RepliQ, and now we can reach out and email them. The reason I like Instantly is they have this pre-warmed account section. So you can literally buy domains with warmed up email addresses, meaning you don't have to warm them up. You don't have to worry about ending up in spam. You can buy them just for this campaign. They'll come with like 3 or 4 different email addresses. Those email addresses will be forwarded to you, but you can literally land in their inbox, not in promotions, and you can show them this video. Now, this isn't a cold email masterclass. This is just me showing you how this outreach can actually happen. So let's go ahead and put this campaign together. So first thing we're going to do is we're not going to copy this just yet. We'll come back to this, but we do want to export our results. So let's come over here and download the results as a CSV. And it's kind of annoying. It doesn't actually download here. It pops open this. I think maybe it's because I'm using Chrome, but all I do is click File and Save as a Google Sheets. And then what I'll do here is click File, Download as CSV. There's probably some shortcut to do that, but I'm not going to try to learn that on the fly. So now we have the data, and if you notice here, the data, what it has is a bunch of the collateral for the video, like you know, the thumbnails, the actual video itself, the landing page. If I click on one of these video links, you'll see that like it created an entire landing page here. I didn't add my calendar on this one, but if I did, the calendar would show up. I didn't put anything in the button CTA, but if I did, the button would show up right next to it. I just kind of wanted to keep it simple, and you sort of have light and dark mode here. You notice the RepliQ logo is here. That doesn't have to be there. If you upload your own logo would be here. But this is why I tell you, only do 1 or 2 at a time when you're just getting started, so that you can make sure that everything actually shows and displays like you expect it, and then go in and do the bulk of your creation. So here we go. We have our CSV downloaded. Now we're going to go into Instantly, and we are just going to create a new campaign. Let's call it a test campaign. And this, again, this isn't a master class on instantly or cold email. I just want to show you how powerful this can be. And leads, we're going to add leads. We're going to upload a CSV, and that CSV I just downloaded from RepliQ, I'm just going to dump in here. Now, important to note, we're going to come in here and we are going to validate these fields. So what information do we actually want in here? I don't care about the origins URL. I don't care about the video success status or the ID. First name is good. Last name is good. Video link. We do want to import that, but we are going to import that as a custom variable. I'll show you why here in a second. Video email HTML. Well, this is saying email address. That's not true. It's not. We're going to import this as a custom variable. Let's go down. Short video HTML. Upload that as a custom variable. And all it's going to do is name a variable, like whatever the column name is, and it's going to put that value in over here on the right, which you see, it's going to set that. Now, we're only going to use some of these, but I'm going to upload more than what I need. So video preview, we're going to upload that as a custom variable. Background image, custom variable. Image HTML, custom variable. Facebook ID, I don't really care about. Ad library ID, I don't really care about. Facebook URL, I don't care about. Page name, maybe we want to make that the company name. It's up to you. Phone number, cool. What we really care about here is email address. Now, if you notice here, I've noticed that this happens sometimes. The data kind of is offset whenever it comes in from RepliQ. If you wanted to just run that through a like ChatGPT or something to fix that data before you import it into Instantly, I recommend you do that. For the purposes of this demo, I'm not going to go in and do that. We at least have one lead, and so I just want to show you what the email generation portion looks like. So email, we're going to go ahead and select email. And then website, sure, we can leave the website in there, and then do not import the rest, and upload. Cool. It says 2 of them have errors because it's true. I had that sort of offset error happening. I'm not going to fix it. Now, here's where you generate the email. So I'm going to put like quick question in here. And then in here, what's awesome is, remember the integration section. If I come into integrations and I select instantly, it gave me a code block to insert. So I'm just going to select it all and copy. And if you notice, it's looking for these variables in the squiggly brackets: video link, video preview, first name, last name. That's part of what we just imported. So I'm just going to copy this, and then we're going to come into Instantly, and we're going to click on this little code view and paste that in there. And now come back out of code view, and you should see that the video is going to preview. Now this will stay spinning in the preview mode, but if I click here, you should see that normally it loads, but let's see. You could be, it wasn't. Here you go. And there it is. Now I can actually test this email, send a test email. And let me see if I can get this up. Send to, I want you to see what the email looks like. And I'll pop it open here. All right, so the email came in, but it's actually broken. It's not working, okay? So I think what's gonna have to happen is we are gonna have to fix the sort of field mappings after all, because the variables are not in the right place. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause the video and I'm gonna go fix that so that you can actually see how the video comes in. So stand by. All right, so at this point, I think I understand why the error is happening. So if we come in here, and I'm not sure why RepliQ exported it this way, it typically doesn't, but if you look here, we have sort of these variables that it's asking us for, and that's video link, video preview, first name and last name, and they are very case sensitive. So anytime you're dealing with anything programmatic or variables, they tend to be case sensitive. So this has a lowercase v and a capital L. It's known as camel case. But if we come into our CSV, it's not actually shown that way. So if you look at like, video success and video link primarily, these variables or these column headers are not case typically. So I'm going to lowercase this v, and then I'm not going to do it for all of them because we really only care about a few, and that is the video preview and then first name and last name. So let's go in there and modify those. Let's leave that. So we've got first name, we need to take that F and make it lowercase, and then last name, we need to do the same thing, make that L lowercase, and video preview, I believe, was the last one. So let's go ahead and make that lowercase, and at this point, I think we should be good. Now, let's go ahead and fix this whole email issue. I'm not sure why this happens. but for some reason I've noticed this has happened before. So maybe it's an issue with RepliQ. We could submit a trouble ticket, but just make sure. That's why it's important that you test this thing. And I'm glad it happened on the video, because then you can see exactly how you can test and troubleshoot it. So here's our new lead list. Let's go ahead and download that, and hopefully it works this time. I'm not going to cut this out because I think it's important for you guys to see this. So we're going to come in here to leads. We're going to import new leads. And this time we're only going to import the stuff that we need. So we've got the first name, we've got the last name, and then video link. We do need that. So custom variable, and then that's not the email address. So we are actually not even going to import that. We don't need that. What else don't we need? We need the video preview, right? Because in the RepliQ integrations, it says we need video preview, and then we need first name and last name. We already have all that stuff selected. So let's go ahead and import the email. Where are you? We're actually not even going to import the phone number. We don't need the phone number. This is an email platform. We don't need the website. Do not import. And now upload. So at this point, it's saying this will upload 3 contacts to your campaign. Yep, upload it. Now, hopefully, what we did fixed it. And let's come into the code viewer. Let's go ahead and paste this, and then come out of the code viewer, and we should be able to preview this email. And if we send it here, we'll select, let's see, looks like nothing came in here. And I wonder why the contacts aren't being uploaded. For some reason, they are not. No leads found. Why is that happening? I wonder if it's because I've already targeted these people before. I'm going to try to change these emails real fast and see if that actually works. All right, so all I did was went in and I changed the email addresses. So I guess I already had these email addresses in this campaign. So I just changed it to have some example data and re-imported it, and the leads came back in. So now let's go into sequences, and I will pop this open for the last time and paste this. And now when I preview this, there's actually a preview here. So that was painful, but I'm glad we had to troubleshoot this live. And so if I went over here and I sent this to my email, so you can see exactly what it would look like. Let me pop that open. And bring it over. This is what the email would look like. It would preview with my talking head in a Loom style with their company's ad library in the background. Now, if you wanted to do this with websites, you could. But that's it. That's how you create personalized videos at scale for cold prospecting. Hopefully that was helpful. I think it will be helpful. And if you want to support the channel, please go ahead and use the affiliate links down below. That really helps me. Just like this. I think I have a link down below for Instantly if you choose to use that for cold email. I definitely have a link below for RepliQ. And if you haven't watched that Facebook ad library scripper video, I'm going to put it somewhere here, and go on and watch it. Have a good day.